What up, guys? Let's see. Do we got some people in here? Today I'm doing things a little bit different. I am streaming on a actual camera, and I hooked up everything onto my computer. So hopefully the picture is a little bit better. One thing I do notice is that it's a little bit delayed. I don't know if that's a normal thing or not, but yeah. Hopefully you guys could all hear me okay. Uh, so, um, where did we leave off? We were just basically we hooked up all the motors, everything to this drone, and yeah, next step we're gonna do is start to get the electronics put on it. Got to put on the pigtail for the battery, all that good stuff. Try and figure out the mess of wiring there always is with all this stuff too. So we're gonna go through everything and see what we could come up with here. Um, let's see. Can you turn your mic up? I think I could turn my mic up. Let me see if I can. Let's see. I like the fact that I have a chat now that I can read everything. Mic, mic. Nope, that's definitely not it. Give me 1 second here. Like, how much does it need to be turned up, just so I know? There's no way I could really get feedback over here for my audio. So, sorry if this takes a minute. I can't even read this. Let me try and actually turn it up, like, on the back side of this camera. Alright, let me know if the audio is any better now with it set up like that. I don't know. I'm looking at everything that I have over here, and it's not like peaking or anything too crazy. It's not connected to the mic. Sounds like it's coming from the camera mic. Do you have an external mic or no? Yeah, everything's hooked up. I just don't want to like peak everything super gnarly. Let me see here. We could do a couple things. Okay, so now there should be from the mic. There should be no audio. Blah blah blah. Shoot, what did I just do? Ruben's always the blame, huh? All right. Whoa. That seems like it's way too loud now. Or it might be okay. Okay, so that's a lot better for you guys. Sorry, it just took me a second. I've never done this. Never done it this way before. I'm like super new to the whole like live streaming, OBS. Sounds good here, perfect. I don't want to go too loud because sometimes like a compressor and stuff's turning on in the background, and I don't want it to blow out anybody's ears either. So yeah, I don't want that to be happening. I could see if I could turn it up a little bit louder. Gain. Okay. You guys tell me when it's too loud. Let's see. You mean it's a real workshop? Seems loud enough. I'm turning up the gain a little bit. I don't know if that's messing anything up. Yo, glad to see you doing videos again. I haven't been able to do lunch duty since work's been crazy. I'm just glad people are working. Cool. Okay, I'm gonna leave it as this for right now. If it does get into anything like super crazy, let me know. I'll try and fix it. But like I said, I do have a chat window open now, so I could definitely see you guys' comments and everything over in the chat window. Oh, see, someone says it's too much now. Damn it. How do I do this again? I could bring it down a little bit. I'll put it in a happy medium. How about that? Overhead camera angle. This table, I'm going to be making this big overhead camera rig to film all kinds of different things that I'm building. Not only drone stuff, but things I do here in the shop as well. So, yeah, definitely I'm going to be building it. Like, it'll be able to move and get different angles and stuff. I'll put it probably on some sort of like articulating arm setup. Why do I have a steel motor over here? But yeah, let's get in, see how far we get with building this thing today. I think yesterday I told you guys it's fine until the compressor is on. Yeah, see, that's my worry. It's not even my compressor. It's over at my neighbor's right now. It's their compressor they're using. It's just really loud because it's against this wall and it comes through. Why do these pull out? Anybody else use this Ethics cable management deal? I love it. We have like a V2 we're working on right now that's going to be better than this box. Not a big fan of the paper box. Get in there. See what I'm saying? Not a big fan. I do like all the stuff in it though. Just like yesterday, I think this is more going to turn into like a Q&A or just hanging out and chatting, which I'd like it to be more anyways, because I'm not fast at building these things. But yeah, I'm going to answer more of your guys' questions now that I can read them a lot better. What are my thoughts on the FAA regulations? Is what it is, man. Not much we could do about it. We're just going to have to either abide by them or not. And I think it's just one of those things to where, I don't know, just keep flying until they say something, basically. That's the way I kind of look at it. That's the only thing we could really do. I don't know how it's going to affect, like, production filming yet or anything. I haven't even gone, like, down the route of figuring that out, mainly because everything's at a halt right now, so I haven't had a good way to really test it to see, like, if there's any issue of, like, getting, you know, any sort of permit to fly somewhere, or what do we have to do. I have no idea which way all this is going to go at all. How can you measure my FPV camera angle the best way? I just find something. I mean, I go like these, like the ones on these have like little notches and stuff. I go to the lowest notch. I try and keep mine around like 25 to 30 degrees, I guess. So yeah, it's got to be somewhere around there. That's just kind of how I do it. The regulations also, they won't have an effect on ethics. That's not going to do anything for us. We're not in the business of like really building anything that would go against whatever the remote ID stuff and everything. Yeah, that was the magnetic wiring box that I was using. VAS antennas, those are the only antennas that I use, and they're very, very well made. They're just really quality antennas. If you're talking about this one here, this is also the TBS Triumph Pro. That's done by VAS as well. For racing, I guess 1.8 millimeter lens would probably be a little bit better. I don't know. I don't really do much racing, so couldn't really comment on that. What gauge wire are you using for your ESC power supply? Oh, this one, 14 gauge. I think that's what you're talking about. Is this one that I'm about to solder up? It is a 14 gauge. Bow, 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 bow. Ba-da, bow. It's kind of funny. The lag between this whole deal. I'm not used to it yet. Do you think lower KV will give me a longer flight time? Yeah, I mean, if you run like 6S with a low KV, you should get a longer flight time if you run all the correct setup, pretty much. Ethics solder buddy. Yeah, we're kind of seeing how we can make one right now. Like a dope one. I'm gonna download Call of Duty just to try to C4 with you. Dude, do it. Let's play. I'm totally down. I think I'm gonna probably live stream some of my matches and stuff on here too. Just because I like playing. Triumph Pro is the best. Yeah, dog. You and Steel Flying Wings of Ruben. When will we see that video? Shit, I don't know. I don't know when we're gonna see any of this stuff. So I have these clear XT60s. I like them just because they look cool. But they're kind of tricky to solder up. I don't know if it's the clear plastic or not, but it heats up and it wants to move around the pin, so you kind of got to just wait till everything cools and it hardens again. I need to buy one of those wire sets after the lockdown. You could buy them right now. TBS is shipping them out. Please stream Call of Duty. You know, I bet you I could set up the stream for that a lot better than I can for this. Hey, do you guys, are you guys able to know what resolution this stream is going out at? It should be at 1080. Mine's only showing 3060, and that's not that great. Yeah, I don't like to connect the female plug when I do it. I just like to do it this way and just let it hang out. Oh, cool. It's at 1080 for you guys? Awesome. It was like shadowed out at 1080. I didn't know if it was really going at 1080 60. So the image is actually pretty good then, huh? That's cool. It shows such a low res over here. I'm using OBS and I don't know what the hell I'm doing on OBS. I don't know what the hell I'm doing right now over here. I do know that we're melting solder, that's for sure. I could see your eyebrows. Them brows, dog. I'm kind of digging this live stream stuff. I've never done it really too much. I mean, I've done like the flying videos live streamed, but not just hanging out. And hanging out's pretty fun, especially because nobody really gets to hang out right now. Melt, so you could go in there. I think I heated this one up a little bit too much. There we go. Took a little longer than normal. The last podcast with a phone, oh yeah, we did have random phone calls. Alright, that looks pretty good. Not too shabby, I must say. Not too shabby. See, I used to really like using these, the black ones with the brass. Oh yeah, I forget. This camera doesn't have. It's like a cinema camera. It doesn't really have autofocus. I gotta manually focus. And this is like a translucent one. And these are cool. So they look like that. And you can see all the way in there. And what I like to do with them, dude, I like these boxes, but this tab on it, the tab is a funky tab. to get it locked in there. That'll look fancy. If I were to use a non-KISS FC, which brand would you use and why? Right now, I'm trying out this the Brain FPV Radix. I would say to use that one or the Hobby Wing, and just use a full Hobby Wing stack. I'm using a Hobby Wing 60 amp ESC currently in this build. That's up to you. The transparent XD60, I found them on eBay actually. Strange enough, I was just on eBay looking up some car parts, and I must have looked at something drone related on there, and it came up as just like a thing, and I was like, hey, those look cool, so I got them off of there. They probably came, I mean, they came somewhere from China. Alright, we got that set up. Now we got to figure out, this guy comes somewhere around here. We're gonna go up something like that. I usually zip tie it on the side. I'll do it so you guys can see it on the camera. These wires keep twisting. I just gotta figure out where I'm gonna cut it. I always like to give myself a little extra room on these. But I think there will be okay. What goggles do I use? I use the HD. What is that? Oh wait, they're not HDOs. HDO2s? I think that's what they are. I used to use HD3s. No, I didn't use HD3s. I used the original HDs. There's too many. I can't even think of which ones they are. I used to use the regular HDs. I think they were, I want to say they were HD2s. They had the widest field of view, and then, but now I switched to the HDO2s, the OLED one with the really wide field of view. I can't keep up with all of them. And I don't really change goggles. I had the same pair that I used for like 4 years or something, or whatever. I think it was longer than that, probably. I think 5 years. I used the same pair of goggles. They say with the HDO2, the lenses touch your eyelashes. Yeah, kinda. I have pretty long eyelashes, and it's not too bad for me. But I've been using the Newbie drones foam that goes around it, and it doesn't touch. It's a little more comfortable, and it doesn't touch my eyelashes at all. I think the foam like adds some distance. So, but yeah. The Ethics Canasti Moon Boots motors are so smooth and they look so cool. Thanks, man. They are really smooth motors. We were talking about those yesterday, about just how much I like them. And I want to make a V2, but I don't even know what I want to change because they're so nice. They're very, very smooth motors. Got the Newbie Drones foam. Dang, Diamond is back from work already. That seemed like that was pretty fast. Are you like a UPS delivery driver and you have to throw a box at someone's door and you were just like, huh, gotta get back to the stream? So I have one of those, it's like, I think they call them magic arms. And what it is, it's like an articulating arm for your camera, so you can mount it like anywhere. And if these live streams do pretty good like this, I have like all my little wheelie carts, so I can put my laptop and the camera and everything. I was thinking the other day, it would be kind of sick to like wheel the cart over, and you guys could watch me, like, say, turning something on the lathe, then wheel it over to there. I could be welding and then, like, putting a part together or something like that. I was like, dude, I could live stream so much stuff with this setup as long as it's, like, going good, because it's just a few wires. It's 2 wires basically to my camera and to power it and everything, and the computer on the laptop, and it's really good. And it was pretty easy for me to figure it out. That's like the main thing. I'm not good at figuring out a lot of this stuff. You went to work at 4 in the morning. Dang, boy, you essential. Alright, if you're gonna do a clear XT60, you gotta have clear shrink tubing. That's like a rule. I think this one will work. I need to get more shrink tubing, that's for sure. This one, I think this one will work. I might have to shrink down the sides a little bit. Mr. Huggy, what are you talking about? Senior Huggy. If the welder messes with the camera and Wi-Fi, I don't think so. It might ultra high frequency on like AC doing some aluminum. I could see it maybe there, but DC, it should be fine. A lot of the stuff I do is on DC anyways. Not too many people want to mess with paying for aluminum work always. What did I do that? But I am essential to Homeland Security. I have a letter that says so. You saying it makes it feel so small. That's not small at all. Homeland Security, that sounds serious. How am I gonna get this to... It's too big to fit in the hole. Let's shrink it down a little bit. Not too much. Just enough. Let's see. Would it be interesting to see if the welder messes with the camera and the Wi-Fi? I should actually put this computer over here next time so I could kind of be facing the camera. Whatever. We're learning all this together. I don't think the welder would mess with the camera too much. I could always use like an ND filter. I have like one of those I could put on there, but I think the shutter would just work on its own. Shutter would do its own thing. Dude, that looks so good always. So cool. I like that you could see the solder inside there. Do you use a smoke stopper or just a continuity test? I just go boosh. And if you think I'm joking, I'm not. I just plug it in. How can you get moon boot bells? Just hit up Mike Chin or just put a ticket in with TBS and they'll get you sorted out. Whoa, too much, no. Okay, saved it. It's still going in there. No, it's not. Yeah, it is. Just the corner. The corner got kicked up. That one melted way faster. I don't like that. Because it only melted one side way too fast. Now I gotta tuck this side in. If I supply a link, will you watch a video of mine later? Yeah, sure. I've done that so many times. People just send me stuff and I watch it. I like watching all that stuff. Why is it's like stuck to this thing all weird? There it goes. Cool. Alright, in typical fashion of mine, 25 minutes later, we made this. I don't know why I'm so slow at building drones. It's like one of the main things I'm like really slow at. And I say it over and over and over, because it's true. It takes me forever. So don't put it on that way. I kind of don't even like on this whatever it's called, I don't like the cap being in the middle of these, because like it's gonna have to pull through here and it messes with the cap, and you can't really have the cap going straight up. I'm not a big fan of the cap being right there, but I mean whatever. I could solder something on and move it somewhere, but I don't really have a spot that I want it at either, so it's gonna have to live there. Alright, let's solder these on for now. Ooh, it's melting. Ooh, that's hot. Whew. That's a hot one. How is the audio with that compressor going on? Tried not to say too much there. Alright. We're gonna have to play with that later too. There's like stuff that needs to be hooked up onto here. Alright, next thing. Tolerable. Right on. Yeah, it's like in the corner over there next door, so it's not too bad. Once I get these streams and everything going a lot better, I will probably get the mic set up. Oh, dude, you know what I should have done? I can't set it up that fast. I do have my wireless lav mic. Next time I'm gonna do that, audio will be 100% better, I guarantee. It'll be really good with that. Why didn't I think of that? I totally forgot. This guy. Okay, so this is the wiring for the Evo. I use every bit of this wiring pretty much. I don't think there's anything I don't really use on here, because I do run this RX TX wire to talk to the diversity receiver here, Only thing is that wire is not long enough when I run it. Yeah, this receiver's I'm sorry, this VTX is bomb for KISS, because if you don't run an OSD because you can't because of KISS or whatever, this thing saves your life. I'm trying to think. Okay, so I run this guy underneath the top plate, wherever the top plate is. He runs from the front to the back. He's going to be about here. I'm going to get some of this. I don't know if you guys use these. These are awesome. They're better than zip ties in my opinion, because they're reusable. I always forget what they're called, rep straps or whatever, wrap straps. Yeah, basically put that guy through here. I have one I could show you somewhere. Dude, where's all my stuff at? Right here, right in front of me. Okay, so this is basically how I do it. You could see, oh, this camera. I'm not going to be able to check focus in the delay. Hold on. Okay, watch this. It's a little off. A little better? Okay, so you can see how it kind of holds it on there, and I just put it under there, and it kind of just gives it a little flex still and everything, and I'm able to use it a lot better. So yeah, that's why I like using it. I do have to cut the pad a little bit. Let me focus myself back. Am I back? You know what I need to do? I need to get it over here. There we go. Because this will give me a live feedback a lot quicker. Okay. I need to get used to doing both of these things. Put one more on the coax. Dude, that's dope. So I don't like putting one more on the back, mainly because I throw it on my backpack and everything, and it's always like moving around, and it gets smashed. And if it's really pushed onto here, I find it like being too hard on this little, I don't know what's under there, but there's like a metal piece under there. I feel like it causes stress in that area. I don't want it to crack that part. That's just my own personal preference. Which is better, left hand or right hand? I think they're both pretty much the same. I like left hand just because most people fly right hand, and if I ever go somewhere or I'm on a shoot, and like what I've been finding out a lot of times is I go on these shoots and they have those systems to where they're on 5.8 also, and they're monitoring signal for like a monitor in a car for a producer or whatever, or any of that stuff. And I just found if I'm on left hand, because those are always on right hand, if I'm on left hand, I'm just not in the same deal as them. It just helps just enough. What time is it? We're 11:57 p.m. in Germany. Dude, I remember when me and Steele were out in Germany, we didn't even sleep. We couldn't sleep for anything because of the time change. It was so funny. We just stayed up. I remember we had to be at that CeBIT show like super early, and we were just falling asleep, I feel like, when we were supposed to be there. And I remember like Steele sleeping on the couch over there. I kept looking everywhere for like coffee. Yeah, it was so funny. I think they don't even have CeBIT anymore. I think they got rid of that whole entire show from last I I heard. Hello, Brazil. Dang, got people from everywhere. I should probably go on my Instagram and let people know that we're live streaming again. I did that last time. We had quite a bit of people in here and everyone was chatting and it was pretty cool. Why did I do this the other way? Here, let me do this real quick. Live stream part 2. Look at all your guys' names are on that. That's funny. And then, oh wait. How do I go to the stream? Oh, there it is. No way. I didn't know I could see myself on here. That's cool, I guess. You have Untitled Chapter. Are you sure you want to cancel? Yeah, I'm sure. Paste. Done. Boom. Alright. What backpack do I use? I use the Ethics backpack. The Think Tank like collab one. That's the one I'm currently using. Yeah, we had, I think, like a constant amount of people yesterday, and it was pretty fun. There was a lot of good questions. I liked it. I think at one point in the very beginning, there was a bunch. I hit like 200 and some people on there. At one point, I was like, "Whoa, what's going on?" So yeah, so we basically got this now going on the bottom. I'll probably trim off some of this extra. Maybe not. Maybe I'll hook it. No, I'll trim it. That little bit don't hurt nobody. So we got that. Have you ever thought about sneaking in some meat into one of Steele's meals? No, I haven't. That's not nice. I'm not that big of a dick. I've seen him nibble on some things before. He's not like scared to try anything, that's for sure. Okay, so this is actually pretty good. This length of this is what I'm talking about. Just the length of these cables. Sometimes I need them a little bit longer, and yeah, this one will do all right. Yeah, Steele's a vegetarian, or yeah, I think that's what you call it. Dude, you want to talk about getting meals? I got a good story for you if you guys want to hear it. So I recently I've ordered from DoorDash. It's like I don't know if everybody has that everywhere, but it's like a delivery service for anything from like restaurants to anything to fast food or whatever, anything food related. They deliver your food to you, and and so it's pretty funny. I ordered from them like, what was that, 3 weeks ago. I ordered like Chipotle from them, and there's these buildings. There's like, I'm like in the back building, there's a front building. From one side of the street it looks like there's just one building. From the side there you can see there's two buildings, and the unit numbers are different, or the unit letters are different, numbers are the same. And so the guy delivered to the other building the right number, just the other unit number, unit letter. And I like called them and I'm like, it says it's delivered and it's not over here, because they were doing that whole like coronavirus thing where, you know, they won't deliver it to you, but they'll leave it at your door for safety. And I went over there, like I rode the one wheel over to the front building, and I looked, and yeah, there was like nothing to be found. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, did these people take it? And I'm looking in there. They have glass windows, like, and their whole thing is like glass windows. And I'm looking in there, and it's not in there. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna call them, let them know it got delivered to the wrong place, whatever. Even though the driver said he delivered to that building, I don't know where it's at. That shit's gone, whatever. So they reorder, they send me a new one, the next guy delivers it to the right place. Eat my meal. Order with them again this last week, and same thing. Driver doesn't pay attention, drops it off over there. Right away I was like, okay, I'm pretty sure he delivered it over there. I go over there to see who grabs it. Food is gone. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like, who's taking this food? Call the driver. He's like, I left it with a guy. That guy said that he dropped it off with a guy over there, and I was his colleague, that it was okay. And I'm like, dude, somebody's like just jacking my food over there and eating it. And so then called the DoorDash service, whatever. They resend it again. The same thing happens. This is like 35 minutes later. Guy drops it off over there, but I see, you could kind of track your order. I see it being dropped off. I go over there. They pull it into their office thing again. This time I'm like, I knock on the windows and I'm like, dude, do you keep stealing my food? Because they drop it off here by accident. It's got my name on it, and they were playing stupid. They're like, oh, I thought it was for my neighbor or whatever over here. And I was like, dude, can you literally just stop? And they're like, well, here's the bag. And it was like half-eaten food. If you guys think I'm making this story up, I actually took a picture of it because I had to send it to the guy. Because I was like, dude, this is the third time in the same day. You guys need to resend this to me. Look at this Chick-fil-A that I ordered. That's what it looked like. The bag's like destroyed, like everything. It was so bad. It was the most ridiculous thing. I was like, is this really happening? Like, why are these people stealing my food and eating it and playing stupid? Why don't they just look at the address on the thing and go, oh, this is the guy behind me. Maybe I'll just take the food over to him because he's probably really hungry. I don't know. It was wild. It was crazy. It was all happening in the same day. I think those people live in their shop too, by the way. When they opened that front door, I was like, dude, you're definitely living here. Not that that's like a bad thing or anything, but I think they were just stealing my food, thinking we don't have to make a meal here today at home. My on High has a live stream on Fridays if you want to check that out. Maybe. Is it better than my live stream? I'm sure it's way better. My shit's so amateur right now. Chipotle is an American Mexican food. Yeah, pretty much. Stop ordering garbage food. Well, sometimes I'm hungry. I don't got time for anything else. Hello from Switzerland. Nice hungry story. And what's better for freestyle and racing, Fat Shark or DJI? And when DJI, the radio DJI? No, dude, the DJI system looks good. I get it. I get the whole deal, but I still think analog, because of the latency factor and the breakup, and you don't just get that digital like freeze frame and all that. I 100% will tell everybody to stick with analog. Is the radio of DJI good? Nah, go with like a legit radio. What laptop is that? This is the ZenBook Pro Duo. Was it Asus or whatever it's called? I like it. It's pretty dope. It's got dual screens, which is nice for this stuff. Lower production value means more of your audience can relate. This is true. This is true. We ain't trying to go all Peter McKinnon up in here. Nothing against that either. That stuff's legit. I'm just not on that level yet. I haven't figured everything out. What else did I miss? Plug it in. What if everything blows up? I don't even know. Do I have a battery around here? Ooh, I'm scared. Should I plug it in? I don't know. VTX works. ESC worked. Nothing. No smoke. Nothing blew up. I had a smoke stopper somewhere. I don't even know where it was. It's one of those little LED ones. I don't even think it really works. Okay, I know I have to extend these two wires. So these two wires need to be as long as these other two wires. What did you think? It wasn't going to work? Come on now. Have some faith, bro. Okay, so see, these two wires, they need to go all the way back to this diversity. And I don't know if I have shrink tubing small enough for this anymore. I used to have this really, really tiny shrink tubing. Always good to check. Yeah, I guess so. She does a drinking game, and every time she touches her face and says sorry, they have to drink. Who has to drink? They do? Like she does? She touch her face a lot? Like, what do you mean by touching your face? I touch my face. Actually, nobody's supposed to be touching their face right now. Isn't that a way to... You're not supposed to be doing that? It's such a hard thing to do. I guess you could do it, like, obviously my hands are washed, everything here. I'm not in contact with anything weird. You don't want to do it out in public or whatever they say. Is the XC60 a clear connector? Yeah, we did that earlier. We were soldering it up. I will show you once I figure out where they're at. They're over here. I got a box of them. They're clear. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, where were we at? We're almost reaching an hour on this thing. I told myself I'd only do about an hour, but we could go a little bit longer, I guess. These are the long builds. I need to find a small... Ooh, I think I see one. They're the smallest little tiny little pieces I had left of shrink tubing, and I need two of them. I just need two, That's all I'll need for this whole build. Maybe I could make one work in a 2. I don't know if you, it's so tiny, I don't even know if you guys could see this. It's the smallest little piece. It's the littlest thing ever. There's one. They're like hiding in here maybe. I think that's all I had left. And it's so hard for me to get that little tiny shrink tube in. Bummer. Bummer, bummer. What am I gonna use? I wonder if any of these packets came with any small shrink tubing. Sometimes they do. Test hover today? Probably not. I'm telling you, it takes a long time for me to get these things dialed in. Or not dialed in, built. Actually, I just upload the tune. My current tune I have. I don't like messing with anything else. Is there any small shrink tubing in any of these things? Providing wires, but no small shrink tubing. Maybe in this one? So small you gotta really look, you know what I mean? No. Not seeing anything there either. Well, cheap shrink tubing variety packs from Harbor Freight. No, I'm working with the boys right now to come out with basically like a shrink tubing kit that's like specifically to the sizes we need for all this stuff, just to make life easier for everybody. We're doing that right now, so I'll be using that kit once it's available. I need to get some of the new stuff. I don't even have some of the current stuff that we have now. I need to order some of that stuff up. It's like we make stuff and I don't have like a production version of it. Well, what we're gonna have to do here is, dude, my nose is so itchy today. Allergy season is like top notch right now. Actually, I'll use this one. Kiss 32s, what about them? Those are always kind of hard. Those are always kind of annoying to have on hand. Yes, I agree. I got kicked out of an open field the other day. Some lady was like, drones are not safe and they are loud. Say, so is your voice right now. Calm the fuck down. That's what you should have told her. Say, this ain't your field. Here's the thing. Okay, if I put this, nah, it's not going to be big enough. I did cover on where to get these XT60s. I got them on eBay. Just look up clear XT60s, I guess. They popped up for me as like a advertisement type of thing. And I was like, ooh. Yeah, I'm nice to people when I go out and fly too, don't get me wrong, but like when someone's just being really rude and inconsiderate, I just don't like that in general. There's no reason to be that rude to somebody, to think that they can't enjoy what they're doing just because you have some deal about, like, and I get it, you could say, well, she's not being able to enjoy what she wants to do because of the drone. Well, I mean, you have to share space somehow. If you're, I guess, flying right in her face, don't do that, but I don't know. It's a weird situation. I don't know what I'm gonna do for this other wire. I gotta think of something right now. Only thing I could really think of is dropping a link. You could drop a link to whatever. I'm gonna see if this works. Never done this before. This is gonna be a first time on here. Me ever trying this. Dude, this is on here really tight. This might work. If I could get it through to the other side right now. Golly. Okay, if you're wondering what I'm trying to do, and it's kind of working, I have a little thicker gauge like motor wire here, and I'm trying to sleeve it over this white one that I need to solder up, and I'm thinking maybe I could just pull it over and it'll seal it, at least for now. And I think it'll work if I could just get it through to the other side. And it's like right there. I just can't get it to go through. It's almost just a little bit more. If you can kind of see the white's kind of peeking through a little bit. I don't know if you can see that. I'll back it off. Where is the best domestic place to order M3 and M2 hardware from? My mind's blank. I get all my hardware from there. They do all the aluminum hardware, everything for Impulse and all that stuff too, but you could just order directly from them. They're like an hour from here, actually. Let me pull it up for you. Fastener Express. That's where you wanna get that from. I think their website is just fastenerexpress.com, but I'll let you know here in a second. Later, dude. Those DoorDash bandits, they'll get you. Doesn't show their, oh, here's their website. It's fastener-express.com. Go on there and you have everything hardware related that you'll need. But yeah, like I said, like they're a really good place to buy all that stuff from. Okay, I think I got this. This is the first time I ever did this, and it's working. I could probably use a different silicone deal to. Why did that happen? Try to pull it through the other side here. If you're trying to figure out what I'm doing, I don't have shrink tubing for the other side of this wire. So I am trying to push this wire through here, pull it all the way through to the other side. This isn't going to work. This is taking way too much time. It sort of works, but I don't know. I don't know what else to use. Hey, what's up? What's going on, Ross? Yeah, no problem. It's the place to go for wiring. I have to have one of those little shrink tubing deals somewhere. I used to have the liquid electrical tape. That would work, but I have no idea where that is. It's long gone. I haven't used that for a really long time. What's the smallest shrink tubing I have in here? That's small, but I don't think it's small enough. I might just have to pinch it off. We'll have to do a little pinchy pinch with it. I don't think I got anything in here. This stuff's small, but it ain't that small. This one's nice. This one has like a glue inside of it, but it's not small enough either for the glue to stick onto there. Australia, mate. No, I don't use hot glue and I won't use CA glue. Not for this. Not for wires that, it's not in general. I don't like using that stuff on my drones. No Bwainsky. I need the heat shrink for this little tiny cable. It's one of my signal cables here. And I'm just one little piece short. So I'm gonna just use this other shrink tubing and I'll just pinch it and see if it kind of like folds over the edge of it, and hopefully that'll work. I don't need like a whole lot. How many motorcycles do I have? A few. I think there's like 7 right there. Like 4 running. Well, 5 running actually now. Wait. Yeah, that one's sort of. I guess I could say like 6 running. 6 running, 1 needs to be built. Is Ethics your and Steel's brand? Yeah, it is our brand. What does everyone in here use for goggle batteries? I just use the Fat Shark ones. I've used some of the other ones, besides they don't fit right. The Fat Shark ones fit really good with it. I don't know. I just get carrying around all those other batteries. I have used that TBS cable when my batteries died. I brought that with me. You know, the one you could plug into like a 6S battery or whatever it is and just power off of that? I used that before. That wasn't too bad. Just, you have this long cable hanging around there. It's hot. Alright, so that actually didn't work too bad. It's not as tight as the other one, as you can see, but it worked. Okay, so now I have all this hooked up. We can now run everything we need to the receiver for the controller. We went over this yesterday. This is the diversity receiver. I'm going to be running the diversity TBS receiver for the Crossfire. What happened with Snake FPV? Haven't heard anything from him in a while. I don't know, I think he's like, he took over his dad's business or something, or I don't know. He still flies. I think he does like all his photography stuff. He also helps his dad with his business or something like that. I haven't talked to him really in a minute either, to be honest. But yeah, he's still around. A lot of those dudes are still around. He still flies. I know him and like Noelle, they go fly and stuff. So, what do you think about Elon reopening Tesla? Is he going to kill us all? Nah, Elon's Elon. I don't know. He's not going to kill anybody. He's fine. He'll be alright. If anyone's going to kill all of us, Big Pharma is going to kill all of us with everything they want to pump into us. At some point, that stuff's not going to go down very well. I could see that. How did I hook this up last time? I don't even remember. Oh. So many wires. I have a Furious version before Trappy came out with one. Nice. Yeah, I don't know if we'll ever, like, I could see them trying to do mandatory vaccinations for sure, but I don't know how that's going to go down with everybody. I don't see that ever going down very well. Stuff's like straight out of like the movies, those like crazy movies that you see. I used white twice in this. Why did I use the white wire twice? That is something I would do. Should I change from True D to Rapid Fire or Fusion? I definitely would. Both of those are good. Just do a little research and pick the one you want. That's what I think. I'd go with HDO2s, not Orcas. Mainly on the fact of Orca's so new. At least Fat Shark's been around for a minute. If you scare enough people, they will give in. People don't think clearly when they are afraid. That is a very, very true statement. That's why you just gotta stay mentally strong. Trust your gut. Don't give in to anybody. You know what's best for you. Nobody else really knows what's best for you. Why don't I like how this wire is soldering up on here? It's driving me nuts. There we go. It just took 1 second. It's better. I would just save up. If I were you, save up, buy a good pair of goggles. Because if you buy a shitty pair and then you want a better pair anyways, you're just spending more money altogether. That goes with anything. It's just better to save up. Buy the good shit the first time. Don't waste your money on something cheap if you're gonna upgrade it. I don't know if I just put this, I'm pretty sure it goes black, red, yellow. I could be wrong. Let me see. Black, red, yellow. Okay. So I was checking out like Twitch and Mixer a little bit more to see about like streaming on something like that. That way, like if I do make some streaming or whatever, I could actually make it worth my while in a sense of some payouts or something, since it does take a little bit of time out of everything. But I don't know, I feel like I'm getting really comfortable with YouTube, and YouTube's very laid out, very simple for me, and I like it when I could just click on something and it's working. And for the most part, I feel like I could click on this with YouTube and it works. I'm gonna go with gray. I went with white last time, and I think I'm gonna go with gray. Yeah, I'm not really worried about like where the YouTube audience is for FPV or whatever. Even if, like, my whole thing is, even if I have a small audience, it's okay with me. I just want to find like a good platform for like live streaming and doing things and like whatever. And like, I know those other platforms are like strictly for live streaming, like that's what they are intended for. And YouTube's more for uploading videos. But that being said, I feel like they're catching up on the whole live stream thing themselves, even if that's not their main focus is live streaming. But I really like this concept of like, I'm building this and I could stream it, and it's kind of cool. Friends of mine told me that the Inchi EV100 has really sucked, but I'm not sure if they're right. I don't know anything about those. I bought HDOs a couple months into the hobby. Love them. Yeah, that's a good buy. Don't think Twitch or Mixer would have recommended. Well, no, Twitch or Mixer wouldn't recommend it to you if you're not on there, but not saying that you can't grow an audience on there. Yeah, I do plan on making more frames under the Ethics name. I actually have, I think this is the next like refresh build I'm gonna do, is one of my Cinerats. I'm running this full stack. That's a full KISS V2 with the KISS 4-in-1. And I'm gonna try one of those like Kiss all-in-ones. I know they say that they're rated for up to 5S, but since I don't really I use that thing for just little cinematic flights and everything, nothing really crazy where I'm gonna be really high on the amps anyways. I think I could run 6S through it. I kind of want to try it. Sky Zone O2s are great goggles. I feel like if you're gonna go with Sky Zones, you have to just get the best ones they got. If they're the O2s, then that's it. They're not a bad brand though. If you have the money for HD O2s as first goggles, go with them. You'll have those for a very long time. Pick a platform and stay with it. Yeah, I mean, I guess so, but then again, it's like, you know, we post to Facebook, we post to Instagram, I put stuff on TikTok, and I put stuff on YouTube. So, I don't know. Stream to them all. But yeah, whoever's asking right there, HGO2s, if you have the money, use your money wisely and get those. Okay, so we have the receiver pretty much all wired up now. This guy I put right smack dab in the middle. Oh, you know what I need? I need some of that UMA grip. I like using that under my receiver. I have some over here. I like using, you can see I cut it up. I like using this stuff on basically everything. I had a razor blade somewhere around here. I had to cut this. But yeah, this stuff's good. It's good little padding. I used to always put that double-sided stick tape, but not peel the cover off. This is way better of a thing to use. Kind of holds my little dude in place here. What size is this? That UMA. Tommy makes some really cool little products. I like all the little ideas he has, and he follows through with them and makes these things. And I like his little exclamation mark logo. It's very, very superhero old school Batman feeling vibe I get from it. That's what it reminds me of. Join UMA God's Patreon. Oh yeah, why should I join that? You tell me. No, I don't have a Patreon. I was talking about that yesterday. I looked into Patreon. I didn't really like what it was really about, in a sense. Like, I didn't really understand it. Like, it wasn't like a fit for me, I don't think. That's why I was looking into Twitch or Mixer or even YouTube, to where it's like, if you like the content that I'm putting out and you like what I see and everything, I want to put out content for you guys in general, especially if I'm doing a live stream. Patreon's kind of something where it's like you're going to give somebody something that nobody else is going to get, and I want to make sure everybody gets to be able to hang out, chat, see stuff I'm building, ask questions, do this and that, and I'd rather have support from the community that way, from you guys or whatever. Am I out of focus again? I'd rather have support that way than, and just getting like, say, I don't even know how to set it up, like super chat or whatever it is, and get donations from while I'm doing this stuff, or somebody subscribe to me through like a Twitch or something like that because they want to see the content, rather than kind of just being like, hey, here's some money and I'll figure out what to give you in return or something like that. I don't know. I just see it more as like, you know, if you want to subscribe to something, like subscribing to like a channel you want to watch, and you want to like say my kids love watching Disney Plus, I have no problem paying the monthly service for Disney Plus because they love watching that. There's some good movies on there. I like watching it with them, and that's kind of how I feel about this stuff too. It's like, if you like the service and you want to watch it, then you could subscribe and offer a little bit to it, and it helps all of us. Like I said yesterday, I don't know if some people caught it, like my income is solely based off of everything I like doing, like building things and whatever, and doing like video work and editing and all this stuff. So having some support while I'm doing all this definitely helps, and that's kind of like what I'm looking to do. That was straight yakking right there of how I'm looking at it. So that's what I'm saying. But yeah, Patreon was a little bit funky. Dang, super deluxe, 20 doll hairs. Thanks, man. I definitely appreciate that. Okay, here's a little something I'm going to show you guys too with these really, really fine wires. Is I always cut them long, even though the little tabs that you solder on are really small, and then I solder them up to like make them hard with solder, and then I snip them to the right size. I don't know if that's like something everybody does, but I do it because I find it's way better. It doesn't like bend and fray and do weird stuff while I'm trying to solder it like to the tab. So dude, I'm so stoked. Super deluxe. That was rad. I don't think anyone's ever done that. Does YouTube take a bigger cut than Patreon? Yeah, YouTube's like, for the most part, they're kind of getting worse and worse with everything. Just recently, if you look up some stuff, like YouTube takes some pretty big cuts from like a lot of the creators now. Every year they're just making changes, and things are getting worse and worse in a sense, like of what they're doing. But yeah, I still like YouTube though. There's still obviously a place where YouTube strives, and you gotta kind of gotta figure it out, I guess. Green and white. I'm using my other Quantico as a reference, by the way. Green and white. Okay, I think receiver, we have all 6 wires hooked up here. Now we get a shrink tube that up. You can see what we did here. That's everything on the receiver. So focus here. Okay, so that's everything I have on the receiver hooked up. And yeah, the other one just goes to power here. These are all going to go to specific points on the flight controller, and when I get to that, I'm going to twist everything up even more. But right now, I'm just going to twist the first few parts of this wire. And then same over here. This one's good to go now, so we'll twist this one all up. We were talking about this yesterday too, like twisting the wire helps with like the I guess like the current, like keeping everything nice and fresh in there. So twist your wires up really good. I don't really know specifics of it, but I just know sometimes if you have static and stuff in your video, supposedly if you twist your wires, it helps. This one's not cooperating. There we go. That one wasn't cooperating because I have the shrink tubing right here, and it's not liking that bit of the shrink tubing. Why does it keep doing that? There we go. Kept balling up on that shrink tubing part. So annoying. Let me see. Can't at the moment because my bank account's in the red. That's not good, man. Yeah, get that thing out of the red. Do whatever you can. Start a Patreon. Let me see here. So would you build an audience on YouTube and send them to Patreon or your online store to support you? I think that's how Patreon works. I think you do Patreon, like you could send them there through your YouTube or something. I think that's what a lot of guys are doing right now. And then they like show them videos ahead of time or whatever. But I feel like if I want to do like more live streams and stuff, I can't, like Patreon's wouldn't really work out because there's no preview to like a live stream. Frisbee golfers. Frisbees are for kids. You must be Australian too. A Shane Duger? I don't know who Shane Duger is. Oh, Shane Duger. You must be Australian too, huh? Oh, you're saying like, huh? Yeah, I mean like live streams and YouTube and Instagram and all that stuff's a good way to just to like get people to go to the ethics site in general and find gear that I use anyways. It's always good. But like there's always other ways to do things. Like my thing is like me basically just saying like I want to do more of these live streams, and to do live streams I don't know where to do them is what I was just trying to say. Am I in a basement? No. Does it look like a basement because of my stairs? Oh man, I forgot the. Whoop. There we go. Sorry guys, I was showing you that other stuff. I'm just twisting wires anyways. Am I in a basement? No, I'm at my shop. Come up and fly redwoods with us in Humboldt, California. I'll come up to Humboldt to do other things. I heard you guys got some other good stuff up there. If you know what I mean. Wink, wink. Did you guys catch the focus when I caught the focus? That's kind of funny. I got what you need here in Humble. Super Deluxe's other account. Wait. Did you have a different account before? Let me go up. Oh no, it's always said that. Murder hornets. Those things are so funny. So scary. Alright, where's my stuff again? Is it this one? Does this one fit over this? Yeah, buddy. Damn murder hornets. They're gonna kill you. Raise your hand if anybody's seen a murder hornet yet in real life. That's what I want to know. Who's seen the murder hornet in real life? What charger do I use? I use the Ethics little iCharger box that we made that we currently aren't making anymore because it was too hard to get pre-orders because people didn't want to pay the money for them. It was such an expensive thing to make. I don't know, that whole thing was like, I don't know if it was just a bad idea or what, but they're so expensive to make. No one wanted to pay the price. We're getting them made by whatever the company's name is over here. But yeah, I got it over here. I'll show you. It was this guy right here. Came in this little box. You open it up, it's got everything you had on here, the screen. You could plug in your balance board and everything down here. You just put in your power cable there, turn it on, everything comes on, and you're ready to charge like basically anything. Any battery, like on the go, wherever. But yeah, we only made like, after shipping and everything, I think like $10 or something stupid like that. So, yeah, pull the plug on that one. Because we have to pre-order them. Like, you have to think, I think Steele was talking to the guy, and we have to, like, up front pay for, like, I forgot how many it was, like $6,000 or $7,000 or something like that up front to get X amount of those. And then we have to fulfill pre-orders to sell them, and not that many people wanted them, and it took forever. So yeah. But we wanted it. That was the whole thing. That's actually why we made it. We wanted it for ourselves, but we couldn't get them to make us like one each for each of us, so we had to make a batch. And then we're like, well, at least if we make a batch, we could put them up for sale, because I'm sure other people would want it. But then other people, I guess they didn't want it as much as we did because they didn't want to pay the price that we had to pay. Like, we're like, dude, we're not making anything off of this. Like, it's that expensive for a reason. What radio am I using right now? I am using the QX7 Tyrannus, but I'm gonna be switching out of that pretty soon here in the future coming up. I definitely won't be flying FR Sky anymore. That's for sure. Is that how I had that? Crossfire? Yeah, I run Crossfire on the... I do run Crossfire on the QX7. Obviously, I'm wiring it up right now. X-Fire all day. Futaba or jumper? No, but I'm not really gonna say much right now. Could you show the charger parts for others to try and build one? Ross, if you go on my channel and go, I don't even know, maybe like, I don't know how many videos down, I have an old build video of basically building something very, very similar to that, like with the as best components I could find under a certain amount of price. I forgot exactly how I did it. Shows you exactly how I put everything together and built it, and that was just like a very nice version of that one that I did. Ethics Crossfire, could you show the chart? It would be hard to make one radio to please everyone, I think. That's always true, but you could get very close. Talk to Steele about making an ethics spare parts pouch, something like a cable management bag to keep spare arms and other things. We have something similar. We have a couple different like other accessory things that we are working on right now, which might kind of work like that. In the ethics, actually the backpack, there's some nice little pouches in there too that I use right now to put spares in. It's got some nice little features in there. The original think tank bag that we based it off of, the side pouch was to put a 9mm handgun. That was like the size of it. It was like kind of made for that, and you could use it for other things in general now. Obviously it's not used for that. I mean, you could, but it's like a side zipper pouch. Ethics Tango 2.5. Alright, so we got this guy soldered up. I mean, I keep saying soldered up. The shrink tubing on this guy, that's the receiver. The diversity receiver, and we're gonna peel this UMA grip. We're just gonna leave this here for now. Pull all these wires up over to the top. Okay, so now we have that going here, that going here, and flight controller. Flight controller is going to go on here. Those wires will go on the bottom. These I'm actually going to tuck over the corner of these. Okay, so you guys could see what I'm doing here. The VTX wires I'm going to just have running under the flight controller board. That's these here. The ones in my hand here, these are going to go on top of the flight controller. This is everything for the receiver. And then flight controller is going to go here. And then, so it's going to look something like that. These wires are going to get trimmed and laying on top here. This wire, so then these wires up here up front, this is all going to be for the VTX and the camera. Booyah. That's where we're at with everything. Glock or Smith? Glock or Beretta? A bearing swapping tool? We have an idea for one of those. We're kind of working. It's not even an idea. Kind of just working on one right now. It's kind of cool. More accents, please. Kimber 1911. That's a good gun too. What size 9mm, full or compact? Yeah, 9mm are cool. Like a full size is cool. 9mm, just you don't have that recoil, which is nice. Hey, nobody's saying anything about a new nothing yet. Hold your horses. I'm using the Radix FP or FC. Yeah, the prop tool's nice with the one-way bearing. That one's cool. It's a little more functional than the whatever it was, the other one that was out there, Spedix, or whoever made it. I don't even remember anymore. How did I wire you up? Those were all. This is GPS. There's always so many more wires on this thing because I'm running GPS, so it's definitely a little more tricky. Have you done your logo yet on the Radix site? Fuck, I don't know how to say that. No, I didn't do it. I disable all that stuff. I just want to fly. Like I was saying yesterday, I probably won't even use their graphic OSD deal. I use the TBS Evo and just the basic stuff that's on there. I think everything for the FC is designed in the US and then it's made in China. At least that's, I think, my understanding of it. I could be wrong. Try to loan your prop tool at the field and they were rocking 10mm prop nets. What's up, Ronnie? Who was the guy that kept telling me to power everything on? Should I power everything on after I solder up these two? Oh wait, I think that was Dion. Dion was telling me that. He's like, hey bro, see if you get that smoke, that white smoke live. Why does the Cinerat hardware not fit standard 1.5mm drivers? It should. Does it not fit? Like, what do you mean it doesn't fit? It's too small or too big? I must know. Do not make me lose sleep at night. You guys are ready to see how long it takes me to build these things because of stupid things like screws and stuff. So I need to know if there's QC things. The screw heads are too small. I had to use a 1.2mm star driver. What? Hold on, let me get to the bottom of this. Give me 1 second. Okay, cool. I just, we'll get to the bottom of it. I'm gonna have, like, the packs of screws checked out right now. I wish the Radix wasn't powered by 5V. It would be so much better if it was powered from LiPo. This is true. It isn't powered from LiPo, is it? Or, wait, do I have mine powered from a LiPo? I feel like I do. Do I not? That is... I can't really see it. I can't see what's the connection that comes out of this. Oh wait, it is 5V. I'm just using the wire that's coming from the ESC. I didn't know how much was coming out of that ESC one. It is 5V. Influencing QC at Ethics Live. Yeah, no, exactly. Like if there's an issue with anything, usually if you send us a message, even if we don't reply back right away or whatever, me and Steele are like getting to the bottom of it right away. We try and make sure everything gets handled because stuff happens all the time, from the communication from here over in China, stuff getting made, Taiwan, wherever. It's hard, and the only way we could do it is if we keep getting feedback, and then we take that feedback and we just keep like pounding it with them, like, hey, check this out, why isn't this right, why aren't you guys like taking care of what you guys are supposed to be taking care of over there. That's the only way we could get like things handled. And Trappy and his team and everything, like they kick ass at doing all that stuff with the factories. Like we ask them that question, whatever, they're on it like right away. Trappy, as much as some people, you know, obviously will bash TBS sometimes or whatever, they are very on it when it comes down to like handling shit. It's really good. Jude, if you're just getting into FPV and you're going to get a tiny whip, I recommend starting with one of these. This is a Beta 85. Dude, this is the... I wish this was around when I started FPV. This is what I would start with. When my daughter's getting a little bit kind of close to being able to fly now, I'm probably going to start her on something like this. This pretty much does everything you want it to do in relation to like a 5-inch or 6-inch quad or whatever you're using. Frame flies super balanced. Center at frame? It is pretty balanced. I really like that frame. It came out really good. I love it. No, that FC is 5-volt only. Oh, I guess so. I don't know. This is my first time using it. That's how why I don't know how to hook everything up correctly. Yeah, definitely me and Steele are in FPV. We just love it, and it's the same with like guys like Tommy and stuff like that. It's more of like a passion project always for us and everything too. We really like it. Steele said newbie drone. Yeah, if you're gonna get like the other one, like a tiny whip one, go with newbie drone for sure. He's definitely right there. But if you're gonna do like a brushless over brushed, then go with the beta one. I really like that one. I guess newbie drone has theirs too, but I've never tried it, so I don't know. But the beta one is really good. Zero complaints. I haven't used any of the FetTech stuff yet, so and the only time I've been around it is I've only seen Tommy use it and I've seen Steele use it. And when Tommy was using it, I don't know what was going on. I know when Steele was using it, he was having issues. And supposedly all those issues have been sorted. Whoa, Jesus Christ. My Lord and Savior. What did that get stuck on? As long as it didn't burn me. Okay. Pretty much everything's hooked up on this guy except the camera control and stuff, and the GPS. So I'm going to put in the VTX and I'm going to plug this in. And if everything works right, then that's pretty much it. I don't really have anything else to do besides zip tie and do some, like, make my Immortal L and stuff like that, which is very simple to do. That's pretty much it. Where's the battery at? Let's just see if anything goes up in flames. That's just the main thing. Cool. So nothing happened there, and then I guess we'll just plug in a cable to the ESC. Ronnie, I still use KISS stuff in like everything. I was talking about this yesterday. I'm building these for like production shoots and stuff, to where I'm using a little bit cheaper electronics and things, because people always tend to destroy, or somehow something gets destroyed on a shoot somehow. So if I use a little bit cheaper electronics, I won't be as sad when something explodes from somebody not paying attention or something like that. That's the only reason. I don't want my KISS stuff to get jacked up anymore. Let's make sure. Okay, so that's in there. See, I like doing it this way because if you guys look, I'm just going to show you real quick how clean this looks. Minus like my antennas and stuff I need to still strap down, but here, so I can focus this. Okay, if you look, all I have is this one wire going on top. That's the one to my ESC. Everything else is out of the way, nice and clean, and yeah, nothing's really getting in the way there. So that's pretty much how I build everything. The wires you see by my fingers up top there, those are just the ones that are gonna go to my VTX and my camera control and stuff, and yeah, that just like lays on top here. Everything's pretty much out of the way, easy to see if something's wrong, and yeah, it's all soldered up well. I like how I was looking for a battery. There's two in front of me right here. Okay. Cool, so all the lights are blinking, receiver lights blinking. I don't know why it did an extra startup tune there, but this FC hasn't been flashed or anything yet, so who knows. That'll all go away. But no smoke. Everything's good. Everything's on, blinking. I forgot to focus myself again. So clear XT60s I found on eBay. I'll have to find a link. If I could find the link, I'll have to go in my purchase history or something. But yeah, so that's all there. I'll put these guys on here. Now that we got that, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much building a drone live with all my friends online. This was pretty fun. It only took 2 days, but that's pretty typical for me. The double beep, I guess that's weird. I don't know. Like, it did it on the other one too when I first plugged it in. I think it's like the new firmware that's on the ESCs and like the old firmware that's on the FC. I need to update to the new beta flight stuff, like that has all the new filtering and everything and all that, and it'll match what's on the ESC. I think that's what it's doing. What else am I missing on this thing besides standoffs? I think that's about it. It'll basically, I'll just put the front antenna like this. Same exact thing, just zip tie it down. And then the rear antenna just becomes an immortal L off the back, like that. And then there's just this one dangly wire, and that's for the GPS, which I'm still kind of biased on. I have GPS on this one. I might not run it on this one. I might just go like that. What type of tape is on these arms? It's just fluorescent gaff tape. It's what I've been using. It looks like this. It's really light. I guess I'll just do questions now for a little bit again before I get off of here and finish up some work. Have I built an Apex with 6-inch arms? Just order the arms. No, I haven't flown an Apex at all yet. Really nice looking frame though. This frame, I'm using the Source 1 frame, and I had some 6-inch arms cut for it. Will you use the new new soft with KISS return to home? No. I know what you're talking about, but no. I just built a QAV RXL 8-inch GPS. I love it. That sounds pretty cool. Yeah, mounting GPS on this one's just weird too. I did, actually, this is something I'll show you guys. I got this camera case just to try it out. The top kind of like pops off here, so you could see like it pops off. I don't know if you could see that, but it pops off. You could like close it. It slides in one of the TBS and D filters, but it has this like adjustability down here where you could actually change the tilt from, I want to say it was like 20 degrees up to like 40 degrees or something like that with just this little wedge. It's a little heavy, but I like the idea of it, and that's probably what's going to go on these production ones, so I could change, if I'm chasing something or something's a little slower, I could change the tilt on it. It'll work better than like say a foam wedge or anything. I do run sometimes the GoPro, like the little fingers, so I could just run the GoPro one, but the problem is like, see this one? Totally ripped off. The fingers ripped off the mount. It was a hard enough crash to where the weight of the GoPro just ripped it. It was crazy. So I'm hoping something like this is a little more robust. I don't remember where I found that either. Very bad memory. Do I always run diversity? I have been now since it came out. I never used to. I don't even think you really have to. Like the Crossfire like link is so good. I don't even see a need for having to run diversity, to be honest. But I just like the fact that it's so small, and if I could have diversity, why not? Like, I'm flying a 6-inch quad anyways, and it's gonna fly. I could fly it pretty far, so if I want to do a little more long range stuff or whatever, and I want to have diversity and just have that little bit of extra, I might as well. It's not gonna hurt anybody. That's the way I look at it. I mean, the flight controller, I mean not the flight controller, the receiver is so small. It's like it's a little bigger than this cap, if you think about it. Yeah, definitely I'm using Crossfire shot. Crossfire shot's really good. There's definitely a noticeable difference. All right, see you, Jude. It's good talking to you. Using the TBS Triumph Pro left hand, or what's your thought about it? Do you consider it good option for left hand? Yeah, it's a good left hand polarization deal. Take this off so it's not hanging. One on the wires. I use it mainly just like I was saying earlier, like when I was on production jobs, they'd use these camera like monitors and stuff in the other cars, and they run those off of like right hand circular polarized antennas, and they're on 5.8, and sometimes I'd get interference from them, and they have to have it for the producer to see the video and like what's going on while they're doing the shoot. So I figured, hey, if I just go to like left hand on everything, then it'll help me out a little bit better. But it's pretty much the same, and yeah, it's just a little different. You just have to go all left hand, like on your quad and on your goggles, like your receiver and stuff. You can't just do one side. You can't figure out where I got 6-inch arms for the Source 1, only 7-inch. I'll tell you real quick where I got it. I'll find it on here for you. Difference between normal and cinematic? I don't know. I guess cinematic is more of just how you're capturing your footage. Like normal flying would just be like ripping somewhere and not worrying about like what your line looks like. Cinematic could be more like you're trying to reveal a shot, or it's like having like a camera and you're trying to do like a camera reveal or make sure it's flipping into a certain scene a certain way or something like that, to where filming normal is just going out and flying and not worrying about like framing something. You're not worried about framing things like perfect every single time. I can't find this either where I got these arms. Yeah, these are 1739 moon boots. Perfect. I actually messaged the guy for those arms, and I think it's somewhere in here. I'll see if I could find the name. It's not this guy. Here it is. His name on the guy's name on Facebook is Kevin, but it's Keven, and here I'll type it on here. You could find him on there. Kevin Seeley. He does like carbon cutting, and he has the file for him. That's the guy's name. I was referred to him from Trappy. But if you're on Facebook, in any of the groups on Facebook, you can find him on there. If you're not, I don't know how else to get a hold of him, because that was the only way I could get a hold of him. You tried the motors on 4S or 5S, like a larger LiPo? No, if you're going to run like a big fat LiPo on 4S or 5S, use the 2200 kV. That's definitely what you want to use. Yeah, that's what you want to use for longer cruising. Like, you don't want to use these 1739s. They're gonna not do well. Yeah, the Triumph Pro, the left hand is definitely good for long range. It's more about like the antennas on your receiving side than it is your antennas on the transmitting side. So yeah, you're definitely fine going with a Triumph Pro. Alright, gonna do like maybe 1 or 2 more questions, and then I gotta go do some other work, some boring stuff. Ask me anything. And if there's anything you missed about this build, maybe that you were wondering, you could check out yesterday's live stream. I answered a lot of questions over there too, of anything I might have missed here. Just so you know, gray patch antennas on your goggles. Yeah. If you're going VAS, everything's gray. let's size this thing up real quick here. And nothing pushing. Everything looks alright. Cool. Don't hide your antenna behind batteries or your skull. Exactly. Are you using Loctite sometimes? I'm going to Loctite these motors. That's like one of the last things I usually end up doing is putting blue Loctite on the screws. That's about it. I don't Loctite anything else. Cougar V2 is pretty much done. I just need to print out some prototype like things of it that this whole coronavirus just like got in the way of that. So yeah, like V2 is sick. Like it's pretty much all done. A couple little changes to it. When I get around to it, I'll finish it up. That should be coming definitely sometime soon. Can you test this quad in a stream? Yeah, I mean, I'm going to just finish up these little minor things of zip tying stuff or like whatever. And then I'm going to be doing more live streams of everything. So I'll have this one up and running and everything and fly it for you guys. And I'll get a video, like you know, how I live stream the video off the little screen. Operator, where's your thing? Can I beta test a Cougar V2? Yeah, I need to beta test it first, buddy. Seriously, I was so close to getting some cut, and it just hasn't happened yet, and I want to. Cool. I think that's it. I think I covered all of them. What bike do I ride? My favorite one right now is the Laser scooter with the milk crate basket on it. The Harley next to it's really fun. I don't know, they're all pretty fun, but around here, grabbing parts or anything or like whatever, the Laser is definitely a super fun little moped to ride. And it's a 2-stroke, so you get that like old, like the smoke coming out the back and super obnoxious and everything. I love it. Can you beta test? Jesus, Super Deluxe, another 20. You're killing me, man. I'm definitely gonna keep streaming. I really like the live streaming more than anything. But yeah, thank you very much for that. I really appreciate that. Like that definitely goes a long way. But cool. All right, guys. Well, almost 2 hours and 20 minutes here. Went by pretty quick, actually. I'm glad I got a better camera set up this time. I'm gonna work on a better audio, and I'll work on this setup a little bit better. But yeah, I think it'll be pretty good. So turn off the soldering iron, and yeah, as soon as everything's good again, I'll have to take you up on that Super Deluxe. But cool. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. How do I do this?